Hello everyone, welcome back to the unboxing series on this channel. I'm your host as always, Sector here. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well, doing fine. Today we have something unimaginable a couple of years back. Coming to PlayStation 5, not the most exciting title and long overdue, and even not the best kind of interpretation for this title, but we will make do with what we have at our disposal. I'm of course talking about Gears of War Reloaded, remastered by the Coalition, okay? Not the original guys who made Gears of War, because the original guys are Epic Games. When they used to make video games for a living, back in the days where Gears of War was released as an Xbox exclusive. I wasn't there at the release, but I was there a couple of years afterwards when I first purchased my Xbox 360 Elite from France. It was the all black model, and I fancied the console very much, and I thought to myself of actually jumping ship and becoming a console gamer. But back then I didn't have the TV, nor was the console strong enough to support my vision for gaming. Back then I played at more than 60 FPS on my computer as well. Old games, of course, but I wasn't stuck at 30 FPS and 720 or 1080p. So I wasn't that impressed with the console. But what I was impressed with, and the reason why I bought myself an Xbox 360 Elite, was mainly due to Call of Duty 3, because I was a huge fan of Call of Duty back then. Not that much into it nowadays. I was personally disappointed by the bad campaign of Black Ops 6. They had a lot of potential, and they have really nice setups and interactions with the characters, and the ways that they change based on their actions, on your actions, on your input. But nothing to fancy, to be honest with you. So the second game that I have bought for my Xbox was the Gears of War, Gears of War 2, and I was very impressed by Gears of War 2. I didn't get to play much of it because I kept the console for a maximum of 1 month or 2 months. I can't recall exactly, and then I sold it to focus back on PC gaming. Back then I used piracy a lot. I didn't even have a Steam account, and the very first game that I bought was Assassin's Creed Revelations or something like that, or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the special edition of Assassin's Creed basically. So my Ubisoft account, my genuine legal way of playing video games account, is actually older than my Steam account by a couple of years, by 2 or 3 years, I think. Okay, I used to have an older Steam account, I think, but I have lost the details to it, and I wasn't able to log in, nor neither recover its details. Okay, so this is Gears of War Reloaded. What can you expect inside? Let's see if there's code. No, there's none. This is how the disc looks. Okay, so Sumo Digital, I guess that they are the guys responsible for bringing this, and also Disbelief. I guess these are porting studios to the PlayStation. And as I mentioned before, This was one of the crown jewels of Xbox. One of the reasons why you were getting yourself an Xbox was due to the Gears of War series. On the back, the iconic original faithfully remastered. That's a blatant lie. It's stupid because it doesn't maintain the same atmosphere as the original. It doesn't pay enough tribute to how important and how fundamentally good the first game was. The first game made by the guys at Epic Games is a hallmark of shooters. It's a great game. It has great cover system, great atmosphere, much more oppressive, much more moody atmosphere than these remasters have. This latest version of the video game has Reloaded, because you had the original, you had Gears of War 1, you had Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which came out for PC and for the Xbox, and you have Gears of War Reloaded, which brings over one of the crown jewels of Xbox onto PC and PlayStation. The biggest rivals, the console wars are finally over, okay? Are done for. Ever since the buffoon at Xbox's helm, at the helm of Xbox Studios, the bootlicker of Bill Gates and of Microsoft, Mr. Phil Spencer, which I have on my Xbox account as a friend, P3, and which I scolded very much when he released Redfall without the 60 FPS mode, when he fired so many people and destroyed Perfect Dark and made sure that he will not release anymore. He hasn't answered me, of course, but I'm very mad at Xbox for bringing this over to the PlayStation, even though, truth be told, I was an Xbox guy. I rooted for Xbox way more than I rooted for PlayStation. But nowadays, this is how it goes. The official support, even in my country, in Romania, is coming from Sony and their PlayStation, not from Microsoft and their Xbox. Okay, if you want to run an Xbox Ultimate, Game Pass Ultimate account as I do, I had to switch over to Hungary to run it. So basically, I shift my address to Hungary, and I'm able to enjoy the benefits of Game Pass Ultimate. Well, that will soon be a story of its own. Will soon be a part of history written in stone, because, as you guys know, they are planning to bump up the prices by 50% for Game Pass Ultimate, which was the main incentive of getting an Xbox was due to Game Pass. Basically, this clown of a man, Phil Spencer, and the rest of the idiots, Satya Nadella and Sarah Bond, and the rest of the idiots running Xbox, okay, have drilled into our heads that everything is an Xbox. Well, here it goes. This is an Xbox. It's a PlayStation, okay? So you get the best of both worlds. You get both an Xbox game, and you can run it on your PlayStation, which is a better console, which the Xbox, simply put, is far behind in terms of anything, in terms of achievements. They don't have platinum trophies. Their achievement system is already 10, 15 years old. The fuck knows, okay? So, and preposterously enough, and I don't hear enough people talking about it, you cannot record on your internal storage. If you want to record your gameplay on the internal storage, it will be impossible on the fucking Xbox Series X or Series S, which is the poor guy's version of an Xbox. They should have never committed to actually developing and releasing the Xbox Series X, because it's basically making things harder for everyone, and it's conveying the image that Xbox is for poor people. You cannot afford an Xbox Series X every 4 or 5 years. Okay, go ahead, take this fucking crap of a machine and play on it. No, dude, you have to be the hallmark of gaming, the way that PlayStation does it. You know, they released the PlayStation 5 Pro. Is it necessary? Perhaps, yes or no. Do video games need further improvements to harness the full power of the PlayStation 5 Pro? Of course they fucking do. But this is not the fault of Sony. This is the fault of lazy developers and idiots like Rockstar Games, which are still yet to release the fucking update for Red Dead Redemption 2. This is the issue, because they have a cow to milk, which was fucking GTA 5, okay? And they went ahead and they milk that cow to death, even nowadays, even to this very day. So many idiots are playing GTA 5. This is one of the main one of the main grounds on which I refuse to play Grand Theft Auto 5. I wanted to play Red Dead Redemption 2 on multiplayer, okay? It's not the best of games. The content is not that much, it's not that interesting. And as you guys know, the PC version is running rampant with cheaters, and you won't be able to play that much of a video game. But the thing is that the Xbox, the reason why you bought an Xbox was due to Game Pass. It was the best proposition in video game history. Okay, you got day one. You had day one releases, first party releases. You had monthly games. You had the option of running an ultimate subscription, which meant that you could play them on your Xbox and on your PC and also stream them if it was legally supported. In Romania it isn't. Even with my little Hungary thing, you know, it didn't work. It doesn't work, and soon I will be hassle-free because I will no longer be playing or buying an Xbox subscription. I have a couple of games which I want to play on the Xbox, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins, which run at a higher resolution than their PlayStation counterparts. Okay, back in the day when they used to be a bit more competitive, but they will never ever reach the heights that they were able to reach with the Xbox 360 Elite. Like the multiplayer things, the Xbox Gold thing, the multiplayer lobbies. And what was really appealing at the Xbox Series X was the fact that it was backwards compatible with a wider catalog of titles than the PlayStation. And it also benefited from Auto HDR, FPS boost, okay? So it made sense as a much more friendlier approach to gaming than what Sony did. You know, you cannot play Killzone 2, 3, you can only play Killzone Shadowfall and Killzone Liberation on the PlayStation 5. So this is one of the main reasons why I loved Xbox. I loved this idea. But when I saw the preposterous proposition of not being able to record your damn gameplay onto internally, okay, I went ahead and I submitted to the conditions that I had because I wanted to record myself unlocking stuff in a video game. Because I have this kind of OCD regarding achievement hunting, and I love the feeling of unlocking achievements. Okay, if I play a video game which doesn't feature achievement unlocks, I feel like it's at least 20 to 30% of the gaming experience, it's gone. Okay, so I went ahead and I bought myself some external storage, and of course, it worked in terms of recording. It recorded at 4K, but it didn't record at 4K HDR. And I was bummed. And went ahead and I bought myself a capture card from the United States of America. And I waited for a couple of weeks for it to come. And I used that, the AverMedia Bolt, Live Gamer Bolt or something like that it's called. It was the biggest issue with it is the fact that the pass-through is limited to 60 FPS, okay? So you cannot play 30 FPS titles and benefit from VRR. So this means, or you can also, you cannot play anything that uses VRR. Basically, you are stuck. It's a really good capture card for single-player games at 60 FPS, but for anything else is bad. And I also have another Avermedia Live Gamer, which has a 120 hertz pass-through, but which can record only at 4K 30 FPS in HDR. Because I reached the point at which I rather play in HDR or not play at all. It's clear-cut definition for me. It's a line you cannot cross. So coming to the back of this video game, featuring 4K resolution up to 120 FPS support, this is the definitive way to experience the game that started it all. 4K and 100 FPS require capable display. The iconic original faithfully remastered. Well, this is bullshit because it's not faithfully remastered. If you have the opportunity to play the original on the Xbox, if you can bear with 30 FPS because the original title was, for whatever reason, it wasn't boosted to 60 FPS. It doesn't benefit from FPS boost. So if you're willing to bear with it, but to witness the game that started it all in terms of atmosphere and in terms of setup, I strongly advise that you do. Okay? This is one of the most transformative Xbox experiences people used to have on the console. Okay? So, optimized for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro, featuring DualSense wireless controller, haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, controller speaker audio, as well as enhanced visual on the PS5 Pro. And crossplay, supports crossplay across platforms, allowing you and your friends to squad up regardless of where you play. Okay? This is very interesting. Vibration function and trigger effect supported. Okay? Because, to be frank with you, the best controller right here and right now is the PlayStation controller. The DualSense, the DualSense Edge. They're much better controllers than whatever Xbox is coming up with, which is a bit more ergonomic than the Xbox 360's Elite controller. But they didn't improve on almost anything. Almost nothing was improved. Okay? So, yeah, judging from the tone of my voice, I'm pretty pissed at Microsoft because they are digging their own graves. They are firing a lot of people. They are using AI. And this is the biggest concern that I have. Okay, fuck them and their subscription plan, okay? But the biggest concern that I have is that Forza Horizon 6, which has all the doings of, all the markings of a great game, okay, will become unbearable AI slop. It will become a huge wasted potential because you're talking about Japan, you're talking about the most beautiful country in the world in terms of how things are organized, and the best cars in the world without the slightest hint of doubt, and the best culture in the world. But you can also, and I hope this won't be the situation, this is a competition of how bad can you fuck up a setting in a video game. Pretty much akin to what people believe of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but most likely Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's not up there with Ghost of Tsushima in terms of side missions, in terms of animations, not to mention Ghost of Yotei, which will be soon featured on my channel, but I'm still waiting for it because the fucking idiots at EMAG move very, very, very slowly. And if you pre-order something, it means that it can come on a release date or a bit earlier even. But no, the fucking idiots don't get it. They need a fucking dictionary to understand stuff. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. It's frustrating to know that you have been paying a lot of money for stuff and you have to wait for them like you're some kind of peasants, third person, third world peasant, something like that. No. Things are fucking unbearable, but we will push through. We will hoo-ah our way to victory. Okay? We will stay hard, David Goggins. And we will have a blast by doing so. You have to vent out your frustration, because if you can up your anger and your frustration, you will get sick, and in your internal organs will not thank you. You will not be better off by just pipe down. You have to let off some steam from time to time. And I will feature gameplay. First and foremost, I think that I will be able to do the walkthrough for Gears of War Reloaded on my Xbox Series X, because as I told you before, I like the feeling of seeing the fucking achievements pop up. Okay? But afterwards, in terms of multiplayer, I plan on getting myself the PlayStation subscription, the essential one, because I'm not interested in their video games. I'm interested in having multiplayer access and playing on my PlayStation, especially because of the fact that I want to purchase Battlefield 6 as well. Not very happy about the acquisition by the Saudi Arabian shits, something like that. Not happy about that, but you know, money rules and money bends everyone. Not just bitches, but people as well. Upstanding people, you would think, but money proves them wrong. So basically, everyone is going to fall for it sooner or later. You need a very strong backbone to be able to withstand the pressures of today's society and not making yourself a bitch for money. It takes real character and balls of diamond, not of steel, to be able to withstand the pressure, the financial pressure that is being put upon us by our fellow man. It's not the fucking foreigners who take up the jobs that we wouldn't work, to be honest with you, because we need more money. But it's the fucking employers and the government and our superiors who are making stuff worse for each and every one of us, who are not willing to empathize. God forbid that US monster that just died that didn't think that empathy was a real word. Okay? So hell is on earth, and we are the demons. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked the rant. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep safe and sound. Sector out.